What is going on, everyone? Jeff Iafrate here with Crunch Time Sports, giving you a Monday morning training camp / preseason breakdown. Friday was the game. We were live. And everyone that tuned in, appreciate you. We'll be live for every single preseason game and obviously the regular season as well. So you're going to want to be there and hanging out with the fellas, watching the game. But today, Dan Campbell spoke to the media. I have some clips to show you guys what he talked about. He gave an update on Morice Norris, who went down in that game, which it was pretty tragic. He's okay, but it was scary at the time. I have a positive update. It actually ended the game early. They didn't continue to play. You guys all saw that. Have an update on Morice Norris. Have an update on some of the injuries. Dan talked about Isaac Tesla, Tyleek, Tate Ratledge, the backup quarterback battle. I'll share my thoughts on that. And, of course, we'll get into other players that I thought stood out for either the right or wrong reasons. So let's get into it. You guys know this. 10 minutes, I'm going to give you a breakdown and give you everything that's trending when it comes to Detroit Lions preseason and training camp rumors. So let's start with Dan Campbell and his update on Morice Norris. Let's hear what he had to say this morning.
For this, obviously Mo's back with us. He's doing well. It's good to have him back, and he's good. So obviously he's in concussion protocol. We're gonna take it nice and easy here, make sure, he's good over the next, call it 10 to 14 days and reassess. So that's good news.
All right, Morice Norris went down in that game. It looked like he took a knee to essentially the head, which it looked very scary at the time. Injuries like that are the reason why we hate it. All right, we hate injuries like that. Injuries are part of the game, of course, but injuries like that can be terrifying. Because we've seen in the past players like Ryan Shazier get paralyzed due to certain things. So when things like that happen, a concussion is one thing, but something like that where a player's seizing on the field, it can be something very traumatic or dramatic, and it could cause lifelong problems. So thank God Morice Norris is okay. He's back at the facility, and he's in concussion protocol. So we'll see how that trends over the next week, 2 weeks. I'm sure they'll take it slow with him, but at least he's okay. That's the positive news. Dan also talked about some of the injuries that have been occurring. He has an update on some of them. Obviously, Taylor Decker, Dan Skipper, and Taron Arnold. So let's hear what Dan had to say about those players.
So obviously, Herron's out, Sorsdal's out, Cologne is out for, a while. Had an elbow there, and so that was kind of corresponding moves with the two gentlemen we signed yesterday, Britton and Sutherland. Now, that being said, Skipper ought to be back today on a limited capacity. So should Jones. Decker will be moving out there a little bit today, getting some real practice reps. So, we have those, but yet we're gaining 3 guys back that have been injured. So that's good. Yaboa, he kind of got his knee a little bit. So he was another one of those. And then small of the back. Soft tissue. So that's kind of where we're at. Trying to think practice today, other than the ones I just said, nobody else will be practicing out of that group that's been injured. TA's still out. He's getting better, but he's still out. Lovett's still out. That's pretty much it.
All right. Taylor Decker, starting left tackle for the Detroit Lions, is working his way back. That's positive. Dan Skipper, who's the backup tackle. Of course, Manu, third string. Dan Skipper, second string. At this point, Dan Skipper had a high ankle sprain in the prior preseason game. He is working his way back. That is positive. Taron Arnold, when I went to training camp last week, I saw him moving around. He looked good. He's working his way back. Dominic Lovett, another one, working his way back. But I did not know. Colby Sorsdal, forgot about that one. He went down. He's banged up, and they had to bring in some offensive linemen because they are short on offensive linemen. They have a ton of injuries there. Guys are working back, though, to Dan's point. So it is positive, but it's something to kind of pay attention to there, getting Dan Skipper back. That is big because Giovanni Manu was out there, and I will say he showed positive flashes and also negative flashes. So he's still a work in progress, Giovanni Manu, which should not be a surprise to anyone. I love Giovanni Manu, at least what he can be. It's clear he needs a lot more work. That is very clear. If you watch the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Dan also talked about Isaac Tesla, which Dan said something very interesting about Isaac Tesla, and Eric Woodyard from ESPN put this out. Lions head coach Dan Campbell says rookie wide receiver Isaac Tesla has been trending up and growing ever since they put the pads on, which has been impressive. quote, he's doing well, end quote, Campbell said. Now, when you say a player gets better with pads on, that is a massive compliment. I think Dan used the term like when players are in their underwear. It's like the combine. It's like underwear Olympics. But when you get pads on and you play better, which Isaac Tesla has shown that, he had a touchdown this past game. He had 2 big catches in the first game. He is going to be making an impact for the Detroit Lions a lot sooner than people think. I've interrupted the video to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Comer & Cross, and their one-day installation for concrete floor coatings, garages, basements, patios. They do it all. And I'm sure you're tired of staring at your crack-stained garage floor. Well, I have the answer for you. Comer & Cross in their summer installation sale, they're offering 12 months same as cash or $500 in savings. Why put it off? You can contact the number, 248-834-3488. They transform patios, pool decks, basements, even driveways. They do it all. And the best part is they move the stuff out for you. They repair your cracks and pits before applying your stunning new floor, guaranteed. Comer & Cross concrete floors never chip, crack, or peel like epoxy or paint. Again, you could call the number, 248-834-3488, or you can book your free estimate at comercross.com. Let's get back to the video. It is a fact, right? Tim Patrick, love him. He's a solid veteran. He's been in the offense, at least not quite the same offense, but it's similar in a lot of ways. You trust him to be there. He's a pro. But Isaac Tesla is right there. And I would not be shocked by the end of the year if you start seeing more Isaac Tesla than Tim Patrick. Something to pay attention to. Other 2 rookies I want to bring up that played in that game, Tyleik Williams, Tate Ratledge, both looked good. Both showed flashes, right? And both had rookie moments. Tyleik Williams, the thing I want to bring up that I loved, and if you watch the game on Friday, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He was getting double teamed. Think about it for a second, right? He's getting double teamed in a preseason game with who playing alongside him? Backups. Think about when he gets to play with Aiden Hutchinson, Aleem McNeil, DJ Reader, Marcus Davenport, Zadarius Smith. Hopefully they re-sign him. You're going to double team Tyleik Williams? No, you're not going to be able to because they have to double team someone else. So the fact that he was getting doubled already, which is the right thing to do with that D-line that was out there, he's probably one of the best players. You have to double team him. It made everyone else better on the field on Friday, right? Zach Cunningham came in and got a nice stop on a run play because Tyleik took on 2 offensive linemen. Think about it when it gets to the regular season, guys. He might not be the pass rusher yet that we expect him to be. We know what he is as a run defender. He is day one in a very, very good run defender. He clogs space. He takes up space. That's what he does. And it was impressive to see him out there. And I think playing with better players, you're only going to get a better version of Tyleik Williams. So pay attention to that. Tate Ratledge, the offensive guard they drafted, he looked very good out there. I know he, again, same point to Tyleik. He's going to be playing with Penei Sewell to his right. He didn't have Penei Sewell out there. He did not. You know, he's going to be playing with better players. He didn't have those guys. So the fact that Tate Ratledge was able to hold his own, and he had moments where you're like, oh, this guy's body slamming people on the ground, I loved it. So Tyleik and Tate both looked very good. Isaac Tesla looked very good. Their first 3 picks, rounds 1, 2, and 3, all excelled on the field. So that is positive news. Now, speaking of 3rd-round picks, Hendon Hooker. Got to take care of the football. That is a fact. You guys know I've defended Hendon Hooker in the past. I've said some outlandish things that I have walked back on and admitted I was wrong on. But I will say this about Hendon. He had moments, but the turnovers kind of outshine those moments in a bad way. All right? The fumbles, man, you can't do that. You can't. You just can't. Especially when people get on Kyle Allen for the interceptions. Fumbling they're all turnovers at the end of the day. So turnovers are turnovers. No matter how they happen, Hendon put a lot of balls on the ground there. All right. So that's something he has to work on. It got so bad to where Dan pulled him. Dan did compliment and said, hey, he showed a couple things, right? A couple throws were nice. But overall, you can't turn the ball over. Kyle Allen steps in and shines. That's not good for Hendon Hooker. Kyle Allen had a big completion downfield. He scored essentially on the first drive being back, if I'm not mistaken, and he showed things. He ran the offense, right? And that's the veteran part of Kyle Allen, what he brings to the table. He's played a lot of games in the NFL. Say what you want about his skill set or his talent, but he has the experience. So that's what he already has on Hendon Hooker. He's played in real games. He has experience. He's been in different offenses. He understands what his job is, how to get guys involved, the timing, everything. So Kyle Allen, it was clear. You saw the maturity there with Kyle Allen as opposed to Hendon Hooker. He looked just inexperienced, as always. And that's frustrating because I think Hendon Hooker's talented. And the thing with the reporting with local media, it's been consistent. Hendon Hooker's had a really good training camp. But if you can't translate that to the field, who cares? Who cares? So obviously he's going to keep playing, but hopefully Hendon Hooker just keeps trending upward. Cut the turnovers out, be more decisive. If you're going to be a runner, protect the football and push the ball downfield. Don't be afraid to let it rip. Right? Kyle Allen, he was letting it rip. And I think Hendon Hooker, from what I guess just my eyes, it seems like he's a little hesitant or he's a little nervous. He doesn't want to make mistakes. Play with house money, Hendon. Let it rip, dude. Push the ball downfield. It's one of your best qualities. It's your arm talent. Push the ball downfield. Please. If Kyle Allen can do it, you can do it. All due respect to Kyle Allen, though. What do you guys make of all the things I talked about today? Anything that stands out to you? Thoughts on the backup quarterback battle, the rookies, the injuries, Morice Norris. I brought up Giovanni Manu as one of the players, talking about the injuries with the offensive line. Up and down for him as well. There's a couple players that did stand out. Obviously, Whiteside, the corner from SVSU. Shout out to Booner. He had a good day as well. But overall, anything that stood out to you in that preseason game, let me know in the comment section down below. We'll be live tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. So come hang out with us. Come talk preseason. It'll be a good week. But until then, I will catch you all. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.